Take this overboard now.
Squad, the peaches are ripe and ready to be picked. Yes, God, the ladies of Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 were clocked in for work. This was by far the best season premiere from Atlanta in the last few years. If you don't know who I am, what up, T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, aka Color Me Pynk, and I am here with this week's All Tea All Shade Real Housewives of Atlanta season 15 episode 1 review. I drop videos Monday through Sunday. Everything that I say is for entertainment purposes only, not to be taken seriously or literally, meaning my jokes and jones. So if that works for you, let's get into this video. But first, I want to remind you guys that tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time, my room tour video will be dropping. So make sure you guys check in for that. Now let's get into this review. Season premiere episode kicks off with Shereé and her muscle bound body. Nah, Shereé got a really nice shape though, for real. Opening her door for Martell, honey, who alleges that he just came back from his upscale shoot. I'm like, so they didn't provide you with clothing, you had to wear your own? What kind of photo shoot makes you show up with your own clothes? The fact that he still had on his suit, or like, what's going on with that? I would think that upscale would be able to provide you with a wardrobe, but whatever. Maybe they were trying to make it look like that was the day that he came back from the photo shoot, but whatever. So she says in her confessionals that Martell is quite different than how he is on TV. Girl, okay. She says she loves everything about his body and that he exudes big D energy. And then they give us a shot of him stripping out his clothes and putting on some, regular casual in the house clothes. And I give it to Martell. He had a little package, you know what I'm saying? He had a little, Amazon Prime delivery going on, but that's about all that Negro can contribute. It's some D and headaches. That's about it, okay? And some kids. So Shereé says to him that she got a surprise, and come to find out it was a chef that she had come to prepare them a meal, and he thought that when he saw the other woman that it was going to be a threesome. But he not the same person that you see on TV. You must be Ray Charles then. Or you must be deaf as well. Girl, get out of here. So she then invites him to Ross's 40th birthday party. And Martell was like, you talked to Kenya. She was like, yeah, she always asking about you and asking about us. And he was like, is everybody going to be at the party? She was like, yeah, Candy going to be there. And I guess on Speak On It or somewhere, she called Martell an opportunist. And he was like, I guess you forgot what an opportunist was. Your husband, ain't they like 3 feet tall? Baby, they could be 2 feet tall, but they money still stacked taller than you will ever be, sir. Your pockets are flat. Them Lee jeans you had on didn't have not a wad or nothing in it. You probably had your EBT card in your pocket or your Rush card, because Lord knows you ain't got no good credit while you trying to talk about somebody. And Todd is very accomplished, sir. He's very accomplished. He graduated from college, okay? I think you did too, but at least he know how to pass a test. At least he know how to get television shows, green lit and aired. You know what I'm saying? At least him and his wife know how to produce Tony Award nominated plays. What do you have going on, sir? Okay, I'll wait. Oh, okay. That's what I thought. So after that, we see Candy talking to Don Juan and Carmen. I miss Carmen. I was like, where Carmen been? And she said that, she tried to help Shereé with She by Shereé, but Shereé kept on saying that, she didn't need no help or nothing. And that Shereé didn't want to pay nobody. We all know Shereé is over there living on a fixed income. That lady trying to pocket every piece of change she get, honey, because how else does she maintain her lifestyle when she's not on the show? We never hear of Shereé doing anything else. Like, she wasn't doing She by Shereé. So I feel like while she was with Tyrone, he was still helping her financially or something. I feel like he was one of them dudes that still had money out there in the streets or whatever. Because what do Shereé do? I don't follow Shereé on social media, so I don't know if she do any promotions or, you know, anything like that for other companies. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, everybody know that Shereé is cheap, bunk, bunk. So Kandi said that recently Ace said that, you know, mommy, you work so much. And then they show us a clip of when Kandi is doing her confessional and Ace calls her crying, saying that he need her to help him, basically, I think with his like schoolwork. And she was like, so-and-so ain't there to help you? He was like, yeah, but you know, I do better when you help me. And it's obvious that Kandi at this point is at the stage in her life and her career and where her children are at in their age that she has to make a firm decision on whether she gonna continue to grind as hard as she been grinding or she gonna pull back. And I think that at this point, it's best that she pull back because her kids are getting bigger at this point. And this is the critical stages when your children need you. You know what I'm saying? And she needs to be more present and more focused on that before she wake up one day and her kids are getting older and then they start calling her out and resenting her for not being there. You know what I'm saying? And she can't deny this because this is something that she's been talking about for the last few seasons, how it's been hard for her to balance motherhood and, you know, working. And it's not like at this point, like Kandi needs the money. Like, as far as we know, she's good financially. You know what I'm saying? So she can afford to bag back and not take as many projects on as she has been. But the same goes for Todd as well, because he's equally as busy. Kenya and Monyetta stopped by and they all have a kiki, and Kandi says that, you know, she was upset with Monyetta last season because she felt like Monyetta wasn't taking up for her when she had a conversation with Marlo. And Monyetta, you know, says that, you know, she's sorry, like she never wanted Kandi to feel that way or whatever the case may be. So I feel like this season we're going to see Monyetta step up and voice her feelings about, you know, certain things that got to do with Kandi. So we also find out that Monyetta hooked Kenya up with her friend Roy, honey. Yes, God. And Kenya is smitten with this man. I already did a video on it yesterday where I talked all about their little relationship. But Kenya is smitten with this white man. And I don't blame her because he got a coin. And he ain't bad on the eyes neither. So Shereé and Martell end up coming up in the conversation. And Monyetta be like, child, the streets have been talking. I've been hearing some things. And Kandi was like, you too? Me too, girl. She was like, the streets say he been kicking it with some chicks in Atlanta. And Kenya was like, well, you know, he lightweight tried to talk to me. And Kandi was like, let me see, pull up your DM. So Kenya pulled up her DM, but the message was gone. But, you know how you have to accept the message in order to see, you know, in order to respond back. The message part was still there. It was just the actual comment was gone. He deleted it, which lets me know that it had to been some slick type stuff, because why would you delete it? You know what I'm saying? But we all know that Martell was already trying to make his way around Atlanta to find somebody to snatch up to be a fool, because Kandi had already said that he was, you know, trying to get photographed or whatever, one of her cousins. So, I mean, I believe what Kenya said, and she said that it was a few years ago. So, you know, he had put the bait out there, and she didn't, of course, latch on, because who wants Martell in them brown loafers that he always wearing? So, we also learned from Kandi that Todd says that she don't help him with his projects, but anytime she needs his help, he's always there. And Kandi gets emotional and starts to cry and was like, she tells this story about how he needed her help with his script. And she said she couldn't help at a certain time, but I guess she moved around her schedule to accommodate him. But then when the time came, he said that he moved the meeting time to a different time to accommodate the people that he was working with. And she was like, this is what I be talking about. It's like he wants to make me a problem. And she starts to cry. And I ain't never seen Kandi cry about her and Todd. So you know things gotta be strenuous over there at the crib. Like, they going through some things. And like I said, they both gonna have to figure out how to maneuver and being parents and being husband and wife while being in the entertainment industry, because it's a lot. And they're gonna have to make some really big decisions. So Kenya says to her, I don't want you to end up in divorce court like me. You got to find a way to make time for your husband, honey, and your kids. Okay, you can have all the threesomes you want, but that ain't gonna satisfy all the other areas in your marriage. Okay, Sanya is throwing her husband a 40th birthday party because she wants to prove to the ladies that she can throw a party, honey. Because last season she threw that little party for Shereé or whoever it was, honey, and they had Party City decorations, and the girls was looking like, what is this? It's serving cold meat patties. It was a mess. So we get to see more of the dynamic of Sanya's whole family living in the house with her, and her brother-in-law Terrell is her new assistant because it's been hard for him to find any real estate gigs in Atlanta. So her sister jumps into the conversation and was like, you don't respect boundaries. Her sister feels like basically she wants them to work for her around the clock because her sister does her hair or whatever. And the sister was getting Sanya together. Like, you're not about to do me and my husband. When it's family time, and you don't need to be calling him. And see, that's the thing. When you got family working for you, you cannot do it. The lines get blurred real quick and people get in their feelings and start feeling some type of way. And then at the end of the day, her sister was talking about how Sanya interrupt her parenting with her children. And y'all two grown people, y'all do not need to be in the house with her. Y'all don't. It's been over a year now, since that we know of, that you've been living with Sanya. Y'all can't find no place, and y'all can't find an apartment in Atlanta. Like, what is going on? Like, I don't know if the sister doing her down there or she's strictly just doing Sanya's hair, but all them grown people cannot live in one house. It's just not gonna work. They need to go. So Todd is busy working on his script when it's supposed to be family time, and he's completely ignoring Candy when Candy's telling him to come, be with the family, and he keep on saying, all right, here I come, but then he keeps on working. So we see that Candy is trying, but once again, Todd is busy working. So it's like, when one is trying, the other one's working. When one is working, the other one is trying. So they got to get on the same page or it's going to be real bad for them. Marlo and the boys are doing much better. She says that she hasn't spoken to her sister and that the boys haven't spoken to her either, and that basically they're with her to stay for good at this point. She's been working with a life coach, doing family sessions with this life coach. And she brings up, when she kicked the boys out last season, and she was like, I made one mistake and everyone made me feel like I was an awful person. And William was like, we were having problems too. You had a lot of stress on you. And that was very sweet for him to say. And I think that she just didn't know no better. I really honestly didn't. I think it was messed up what she did, but I think that, trial and error, she learned, and hopefully she won't ever make that type of mistake again. Sanya goes over to Shereé's crib so they can work out, and Shereé shows off her new She by Shereé workout outfit that costs $274. Girl, I love you, Shereé, and it was a cute little outfit. You know what I'm saying? But you ain't Lululemon, you ain't Adidas, you ain't athlete's foot. You ain't none of that, girl. What you think about to spend $274 on that when they can go to Target and get the same thing for $30? Girl, you need to be more reasonable with your pricing. You're not there yet, love. You're not there yet. Nothing that you selling should be over $100, girl. What are you doing? Absolutely nothing. So Shereé's friend, who's a new friend to the show, Courtney, visits, and as soon as she walked through the door, y'all, with them Puss in Boots on, I knew that she was about to be a trip. I knew I was not gonna like her because not only was she wearing Puss in Boots boots, she looked like Puss in Boots too. She came in doing Team Too Much, and I was not feeling the vibes at all. So apparently she's a marketing consultant and she owns a jewelry brand. So they get to talking and Candy comes up. And Courtney was like, Candy seems cool. Did I tell you she was calling around asking people about me? And she was like, I heard she said we were friends. And I'm like, why are you concerned about me? I'm like, what is wrong with this lady? Why does she drag her words and talk through her mouth and does not breathe through her nose when she speaks? Like, what are you talking about? And first of all, that little statement is so stupid. Like, it's literally, I'm going to take this little thing and make it into something bigger so I can have beef with somebody in a storyline. And it's like so inauthentic. Just because let's say Candy did call around and ask some people, is this girl saying that we're friends because I don't know her? Okay, and that's not a big thing. It's confusing. I'll be like, what was that about? But I wouldn't have an attitude about it. Like, what? That sounds dumb. I hate when people come on to reality shows and try too hard. Like, just let a natural beef start. Like, this ain't even nothing to be mad about. So Shereé was like, Candy got a lot of time on her hands lately. She had time to make memes about me. And, Candy was doing spoofs and stuff, and the stuff was funny. And once again, that ain't even nothing to be mad over either. It was funny. And let's not forget that, Shereé, you started with Candy last season by jumping on the bandwagon with Marlo and talking cash crap about that girl, and she didn't do nothing to you. So once again, when y'all go for Candy, instead of just starting beefs and giving shade, Candy takes y'all shade and changes into a shade tree, a money tree, honey. She makes money. She made content and made money off of those reels. Then with the KFC situation, she then switched that into making a KFC commercial with a KFC deal with her and her son, while y'all just out here throwing shade for free on the show. And y'all always lose. Like, so at this point, if y'all don't want to continue to put money in Candy pockets, stop coming for her. Because all she gonna do is turn that around and make money off of it. And y'all too dumb to not do the same thing. Too dumb. So Shereé in her confession was like, the only time Candy isn't talking about people or me is when she eating or sucking dick. And I'm like, wait 1 minute. Wait 1 minute. Oh, Lord. First of all, that's just too much. It wasn't funny. It was crass. And I'm like, Shereé, you are the biggest confessional gangster, but anytime y'all get to the reunion, you get the spring, summer, fall. Girl, be quiet. You do not bring the same energy when it's one-on-one with folks. So I need for you to have several, okay? Meanwhile, you over there sucking that broke tails peen, and we all know he can't afford a Happy Meal or a 3-piece wing and a biscuit. So, ma'am, please have several. So Sanya lies to us and says that she spent $100,000 on that birthday party. I need to see receipts. I need to see receipts of that, because I don't believe she spent $100,000. And if she did, you need your money back. It was a nice event. Don't get me wrong. Really beautiful event. I just don't believe that she spent $100,000 on it. If she did, I feel like she got finagled and swingled. So we see Ralph at the party, sans Drew. Drew is not even in the season premiere episode, because apparently she's back at home dealing with some family issues, or rather he said to everyone family crisis, and that her father was going through some stuff. And so I'm standing there like, well, why are you there? Why are you at the party and not with your wife? Talking about I had to come through to support my boy. What? And all the ladies was looking like, Negro, you don't need to be here. You ain't even a housewife. Why are you here without your wife? Make it make sense, sir. And if y'all your wife going through a family crisis, as you said, why are you there? You clout chasing, almond shaped, almond joy looking ass nigga. Like, ew, gross, cannot stand you. So Shereé ended up bringing bitch tail with her child, and everybody kind of looking like, I can't believe she is really flaunting this Jezebel around. So Kenya says hi and, asking them questions, and Shereé in her confession was like, Kenya's so damn nosy. Stop worrying about my relationship and worry about if Mark is going to take more mana in the divorce settlement, and hopefully he adds baseboards. Gotta give it to her. That was a good one. That was a good read. But then Kenya hit her back, and her confessional was like, Shereé needs her own spinoff show. Watch me date these dumb dudes. And that's the guys out. It's true. Like, they need a reality dating show based around Shereé, and it's all F boys there. All F boys, and see which of the worst that she can pick. Which out of all of them is the worst of the worst that she could pick, because this lady go from bad to worse with every man that she dates. Marlo is introduced to Courtney, and she asks her about the Kandi situation. And Courtney explains the story, and Marlo was like, well, you're going to have to say something, starting stuff, getting folks activated. So Kandi tells Kenya and Monyetta, I know somebody in ATL that Martell is actually kicking it with. And I was like, ooh. I mean, I'm not surprised. We all know Martell is a hoe. And once again, I just still side-eye this whole situation between them two, because it's just like, if this situation between Martell and Shereé is real, then Shereé is just the biggest idiot in the world, and it gotta be the D. But I still stand by. I think they got together for a business relationship to help each other out. So Kenya pulls Shereé to the side to talk to her, and Monyetta joins the conversation. Then we switch over to Kandi, Courtney, and Sanya talking, and Courtney decides that she's going to confront Kandi. So this is how the conversation went, y'all. Dina called me while I was in Paris and was like, hey, did you tell somebody that you and Kandi were friends? And I was like, what? Somebody asked me if I knew you, and I was like, I don't know her. I never said we were friends. I mean, like, I don't have to make up friends. I don't really know you like that. I didn't say that I knew you. I said we were in similar social settings. Okay, but what's up with the energy? The energy is, I'm just letting you know, because I was kind of shocked. Okay, well, you don't have to give me the crazy energy. It's not crazy. That bitch is crazy. Anybody that talk like that is nuts. So then back over to where Shereé and Monyetta and Kandi are. Monyetta tells Shereé that she and Kandi heard that Martell was seeing somebody around Atlanta. So Shereé in her confession was like, now Monyetta want to have a voice. And I was like, that was a good one, because Monyetta really didn't do much of nothing last season. She was like, honey, this is a Ferrari. If he want to downgrade to a Toyota, then that's on him. And I'm like, Shereé, with your dating choices, honey, you are more like a box Chevy. You more like a Kia Sophia. Girl, get out of here. Bye, girl, please. Let's not do that one. So then back over to Courtney and Kandi. They arguing back and forth about not knowing each other. I don't know you. I don't know you either. I'm worldwide. So Sanya was like, hold up, you guys, I feel like, you were feeling a certain kind of way, which you told me, Courtney. And Kandi looked at her like, oh, really? So y'all done had a conversation about this. You knew, and you ain't say nothing to me. So now Kandi side-eyeing Sanya. And Sanya was like, I feel like you did bring the energy to the conversation. And I was like, okay, Sanya, okay, at least you keeping it real and telling Courtney that, yeah, you was coming in hot, like doing team too much. So Courtney was like, okay, I can admit when I'm wrong. I apologize. I have had nothing but positive things to say about her. I don't have to clout chase. I don't. I really don't. But you keep bouncing your head. I can bounce my head all I want to, Kandi. You don't tell me what to do, okay? Just like I don't know you, you don't know me. Well, stop bouncing your head then. Well, calm the fuck down. Bitch, don't you see, I'm about to headbutt this bitch. from reality star to WWE worldwide champion in 5.2 seconds, baby. So Ty circling around because he see that Candy is activated. People trying to pull Courtney back, honey. One thing I say, Courtney ain't no punk, honey. Even with the Valley Girl voice and the exaggerated draws, honey, she was ready. She was ready to go. So then we switched back over to Kenya and Shereé and them. And Kenya was like, well, Shereé, I just think that you should know that he did slide into my DMs one time. And she was like, let me see. She was like, well, you know, he here. Martell, come here. And so we leave off on a cliffhanger, and things next week are going to go from bad to worse, and I cannot wait. Gotta say that the ladies, like I said, they clocked in. They heard our cries, and I feel like this is going to be a really, really strong, good season of Atlanta. I feel like we got old Atlanta back. I feel like the only thing missing is Nene. I really honestly feel that way. Nene would have took tonight's episode to that next level. I wish that Bravo and her could put, you know, their feelings aside for business sake, but that won't happen anytime soon. But outside of that, I gotta give tonight's episode an A. The ladies did that. I cannot wait to watch it again. So excited for this season. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about tonight's episode down below in the comment section. Make sure to thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.